Since I've been diving my whole life, I decided to take a course as scientific diver in 2007. And when I finished this course, I got the opportunity to work as diver in Ny-Ålesund on Svalbard. And that's when I got to know the Norwegian Polar Institute, and that's when I started to get really interested in polar research and Arctic research, and that's when I got the idea to join on this Copol project cruise in 2009. My project focused on 4 different Arctic clam species. We divers collected clam species from 2 different fjord systems, from 2 different marine ecosystems. So Kongsfjorden is more influenced by Atlantic water, and Liftefjorden, which is further in the north, is less influenced by Atlantic water and more by polar water. It was very, very different for me, very interesting. I've never been diving so far north before, so in Liftefjorden the whole underwater world looked different. I didn't expect so many colors underwater, and especially the northernmost diving spot. This was a really very, very special dive, a very, very nice dive. What was really nice was that I went on the cruise in July, and I came back to Tromsø, or I moved here to Tromsø after that, and started working on the samples at once. So they were still quite fresh in a way. So I worked for about 5-6 months and analyzed the persistent organic pollutants, POPs, PCBs, and different pesticides. And I used the shell, the outer shell of the clam, for age determination. The first idea was to look if the age of the clams, because different species of clams can get quite old, like one species can get up to 126 years old. And there's another clam from Antarctica which can get up to 400 years old. So we thought maybe the age has something to say about the level of the contaminants in the clams. This was actually the main focus, but we found that the age does not say anything about the contaminant levels in clams. And then I looked at if there's a difference between clams from Kongsfjorden compared to the more polar or Arctic water-influenced sites like Liftefjorden, and we found a difference. The concentrations of the contaminants were higher in Kongsfjorden because the water currents they transport contaminants from the industrial industry towards the north. I really fell in love with my project. Of course, when you're in the field and you see what you're studying, you can you can relate to what you actually work on, because you see how the animal or the organism lives. And all the time when I was writing my thesis, I knew what I saw in the field, so I had an idea how to explain some results. I was able to publish it, the results of my study, after I was done with my master thesis. It was recently published, and I hope that it contributed to the knowledge in this field. I would like to continue working on it, but I have now started to work on other animals.